Hello and welcome to Community Cast number 44? Maybe? There's a 4 in it somewhere, and this is a Community Cast. It's been a while. For those who don't remember me, I'm your host, Clan Mythology's vocal terrorist, Jesse Vocta Rain, here for Sarcasm Gaming. So the replay today was sent to us by this red Terran here, EDE Ceonsamea. And up against him is a blue Zerg, now known as Sparkle Tits. Any barcode player will be receiving their very own nickname in any of my castings. So yes, it's going to be Ceon the Terran up against the Zerg Sparkle Tits. And we're just going to have to wait and see how well he can do. The first thing I'm going to do is completely stop to take a drink. I'm glad you can all see the replay thing now. I'm not entirely sure why that did not switch, but give me just a moment and that should appear. Boosh! It's fine. I had it lowered anyway. So anyway, Ceon, as we're seeing, is taking the barracks first, then adding gas behind it, lets you go to Tech Lab, or a slightly delayed factory, but it means you are nicely walled off if the Zerg is trying anything tricksy. Here we see this drone moving to make a hatchery. And we have our other Zerg player. Slight problem there with pausing. Sparkle Tits needing a second. So I'm feeling lazy today, but this is actually the only time this week I have free to do these replays. So I'm going to be doing 3 today, putting them up one day at a time as always. And while absolutely nothing happens here beyond, a Reaper, that's why the gas. I always forget about Reaper openings in Heart of the Swarm because I'm still not used to Heart of the Swarm, despite the fact it's been out for like 2 months now. Anyway, I'm sure I'll get used to it in the end. But I will be doing 3 replays. I'll be recording The Longest Journey. I will be yawning a lot. And later on tonight, 7 PM British summertime, I will be doing Myth TV week number 2, in which I am coached by a Romanian player called Zeno. We did a little test earlier on the Vocta Gaming Twitch stream, and well, it was a lot of fun. So hopefully everything's going to go super awesomely well with that tonight. So now Ceon's Reaper comes in, he gets to scout the expansion, he's going to start to do some damage to these drones. Not right now up to any kills, but any little damage you can do is great, and obviously it's forcing the worker pull, it's forcing a Ling spawn. We got 2 out, we got 4 more on the way, and right now they're not being very helpful. With 2 queens coming out, it should start to get a little bit better. There isn't a second Reaper following this up, so he's going to have to disengage here. Got to be careful not to get caught by the queen down here though. Nice little juke there around those Lings. And Ceon doing very well. Back at home, Ceon is of course expanding. Sparkle Tits knows about it. Factory's going up and a reactor is currently on the barracks. Have to see whether they switch for the Hellions and Widow Mines. Yep, they certainly are. So this is going to tell us how defensive or aggressive Ceon's going to be as to what comes out of this factory first. Hellions, Hellions, Hellions. Okay, so this is an aggressive start to the game by Ceon. Off the back of that Reaper, already starting to do damage. He's now going to start to get Hellions out and really try and come in and use the advantage he got with forcing a lot of Lings out, which obviously, notoriously not that good against Hellions. And oh my god. Okay then. I've just been turned down for a job with the ESL. So sad times, but the position will be reopening at the end of August, so it's always worth another shot. Of course by then I'll probably be super famous and it won't even matter. So you know, all's good with the world. But yeah, I imagine with these Hellions and the Reaper, Ceon's going to want to be very aggressive. I would not be surprised if he pushed out now, just to try and do a little damage. I mean, we really only have Lings and Queens here to defend, and we do have the attempted 3rd base going up. And yeah, here comes the Hellions and the Reaper. Hellions ever so slightly faster than Reapers. and this Ling will see it all, which is a massive, massive pain for Ceon. But nonetheless, besides Queens, there's really not a lot here to defend. So long as Ceon doesn't get surrounded, he should be fine. As we can see, he's adding 2 more Hellions. He's starting to get stim, so he's going to go into bio off the back of this. We have 2 more racks going down, and a bunker to help protect at home from any kind of run-bys. Trying to hurt that hatchery, but it's not going to do a great deal. What he really wants is some queen kills if he can get it. And he absolutely wants to roast all of these Zerglings. But he's going to have to be careful exactly how he chooses to engage here. It's a very big problem he could have. And this is nice. Okay, so Sparkle Tits here is trying to get a good surround on, or even potentially a run-by, but forced back by those Helms. And yeah, there goes the double run-by, in fact. So, going to be trying to put some pressure on this front, but there's a bunker up. There's supply depots. So he's going to have to come back and defend here. He's going to lose these queens, and that's going to be really, really bad for him. There aren't any Lings there. I really want Ceon to just continue to press this, because right now, bam, these Lings have been stopped. And he could totally have killed that queen before Transfuses came out. As it is now, the Hellions and Reaper are going to retreat, and this third base did get to stay up. Sparkle Tits, meanwhile, well, he's not in a great position. The third base is up, but of course there's no workers at it, because he can't put anything there. We have a couple of roaches out now, which will start to put a stop to this aggression. We've got a lair on the way, and here comes a really big surround. Great surround there, in fact, by Sparkle Tits. Doing a lot of damage here, and really forcing those Hellions back. It is quite likely now that they will die. Okay, 1 Hellion will live to fight another day. Oh, no, he will not! Boom! And the last Hellion dies. Okay, but Ceon's got enough to defend here. So Ceon's build is still continuing at pace. We have the reactors churning out units. We've got a reacted starport. We've got double E-bays going down. So Ceon's going to be setting up to go into the later game here. As is Sparkle Tits. His third base is now up and defended. He's got tech on the way of the Baneling Nest setting up for that bio. He's got the double Evo chamber. He's got the Roach Warren. So, looks like Ling, Bling and Roach to begin with. And the Roaches make sense. They're going to help against Marauders. Sorry, not Marauders. They're going to help against Marines. They're going to help against Widow Mines, potentially. Obviously, they're going to help against Hellions. So, it's a really good start to this. Ooh, I am exhausted. So now we're starting to see Ceon look to the future, taking a third base. But we do have centrifugal hooks on the way. One is about to finish for the Zerg player, Sparkle Tits, and he's morphing some Banelings at home. Going to be, I assume, a bit more defensive with them then, because obviously if you want to be aggressive, you morph them where you're about to kill your opponent. And this is a nice timing, because Ceon's pushing out with those first 2 medevacs. With the speed boost, if he uses it, these 2 medevacs should be able to catch up to that army fairly quickly. Ceon's going to start clearing the creep out, which is a really, really good idea, but this is quite a few Banelings here. He wants to wait until Centrifugal Hooks is finished, but there's not enough time. Okay, so now he needs a good split, and that, well, it's a decent split, but it's a not good enough split. And the pickup is forced, and Ceon will have to get out of there. The one thing for Ceon there is he didn't actually lose too much supply overall. And now 3 units, excuse me, having to stim down here to get rid of that Zergling. Nice creeping up by Sparkle Tits over here at the 4th base, making sure that that will not be taken in the near future. It's going to be frustrating to try and clear that out. Okay, so 1-1 very nearly done for Ceon. Vehicle weapons level 1 also coming out, and Widow Mines in production. But the 4th base is now being put down by Sparkle Tits, and he finally finishes breaking those rocks as well. Sparkle Tits is in a great position here. He's really got this creep spread going, despite losing a few tumors. He's still managed to get back on top of that, so that's really, really nice. And we're in a position where it's going to be very, very hard for Ceon to actually move out on the map for a while, and we've got, boom, 8 Muters on the way. We do, however, have missile turrets up. We do not have them in the main, though. Do we only have it at the 3rd? Wow. We've got 2 more barracks going down. Yeah, but without missile turrets in the main, all these workers could go. And oh my word, it looks like Ceon, your drop's going to get spotted. There's mutas right here. Ah, they're on move command. Oh, okay, now these need to speed boost away. Link's trying to do some damage here, but got to be careful with these Widow Mines, of course, as they borrow. Nice drops, but bam! Ceon losing 2 medevacs and the full amount of units that were inside them. Ceon now also pushing out. But this is a very, very small army at this point. The Widow Mines will very much help, but he's going to have to be extremely careful in how he uses them. Meanwhile, Sparkle Tits is just pumping out more and more units, sending them across. Okay, he's going to lose these speed links here, but he knows exactly where his opponent is now. And these Marines will fall, giving Sparkle Tits control over the Xel'Naga Watchtower, meaning he knows exactly where his opponent is and what he's doing right now. This is going to give him a good potential to flank if he so chooses. Here he goes. Yeah, he's trying to catch them in as they run back. Oh, great move there by Sparkle Tits as Stim is forced out. He can't lift because the mutas are there. And now Ceon really needs to split. He needs to stop these Banelings from doing too much damage. But here we go. Everything going down there. The mutas still doing damage to the medevacs. Needs to speed boost away from this. More and more medevacs going down. Sparkle Tits taking a really big advantage here. We're at 2-2 now against the 1-1 of Ceon. And nice Widow Mine hits. Perhaps the only thing that will save Ceon here. Taking a lot of those mutas down. But this is a really big attack. Oh, he wants to get into that bunker. You don't want to be pushing out. Oh, scary, scary times. Losing more and more units to these Banelings. The one thing is, Sparkle Tits could do with some Overseers about just to take care of these Widow Mines. So despite that, Ceon's not in the worst position in the world. He now has a 4th base down. It's not established yet, but he's very much getting there. Upgrading it to a planetary fortress, adding 2 missile turrets to help defend it. And starting to rebuild his army. He's got a nice bank, which the Zerg doesn't. The Zerg is still making things. Utterly constantly getting all his upgrades out. The upgrade advantage is going to be in favour of the Zerg player, and this is a great speedling attack here. Taking down a lot of SCVs, stopping the missile turrets from being built. And I'm just going to do as much damage as they can before they are forced to leave. So great moves here by Sparkle Tits. The one thing for me, for Sparkle Tits, he could look to the future a bit and start looking at where he's going to take his next bases. I know it's a while away yet, but that Ultralisk Cavern is now finishing. These minerals are going to start to be mined out. These are going to start to be mined out. And then you're supporting Ultras on what is essentially a 2-base economy. He's going to want to start looking over here, yeah. Okay, great timing by him. Small engagement here. But Ultras are now on the way, and Ultras are going to help against this. They're going to help very much against the Widow Mines. I wouldn't have minded seeing some Infestors in this composition, actually. But here we go. Overseer is with this now, so the Widow Mines will be seen. But it's still going to take good engagement. Ceon's losing a lot of forces here, but his supply is still matching the Zerg players, which is an important thing for him. But now, with these Widow Mines starting to go down, it is going to start to fall. And that's going to be a problem for Ceon. The Widow Mines have been his one really big advantage all the way throughout the game, and now he doesn't have them because this Overseer is going to help take them down. We have this force moving out. Going to try and come in towards where the 4th base of the Zerg was. And take that down. Will the Zerg be responding? No. Zerg is moving out and doing another attack, trying to take down these Widow Mines and doing very, very well to do it. One shot goes off there. Another good shot here. Oh, a lot of Zerglings go down there. Meanwhile, Ceon pushing in to that 4th base, and he is going to get a kill here. It's forcing the Zerg to pull back with everything, which is really, really good for him. And he's going to get a lot of stuff done. Let's look at this worker count. It's starting to go back now, hugely in favour of Ceon. Getting those worker kills in, killing these Lings as well. And oh my, we have these special skin Ultras coming in and looking amazing. And really cleaning up here. Medevac forced to try and drop in the main instead, but these units will be taken now almost immediately, and the Medevac will die. So the Ultras really clearing things up. Oh my word, that is gorgeous. Like, that just looks so good. And look at this creep spread as well. Creep spread is now down and outside the 3rd base of Ceon. This has been some fantastic creep spread all throughout this game. And it's very much helping this keep a stranglehold on it. We've got 3-3-2 on the way for Ceon. We've got more and more Medevacs coming out. Excuse me. We do have this continuous production, which is very, very good for him. But apart from that, I'm not sure how he really gets into this game. The Zerg at this point has a really nice composition. He's moving out. He's controlling Ceon as best he can. The one thing is Ceon does have that 4th base. He does now start drilling claws. And he is getting Thors out as well. So a semi-mech switch there for Ceon is going to help him out. It's interesting to me that there's only spines going down at these bases, not spores. And here's the infestors now that I was talking about. See, I really like that. And now we're going to start to see some spores going down as well. Will help, of course, not just against drops, but also against any kind of Widow Mine run by hit and burrows as they are, or burrow and hits. Run and burrows? Burrow buys? I don't know. Anyway, we have small engagements all across the map. We have Ceon attempting to take yet another base, but no, it's been Overlord creeped. Meanwhile, Sparkle Tits is taking that 5th base now, really taking the map. That is going to be the last of pretty much his half of the map. And he's forcing Ceon to not take this. He's actually going to have to move this away. Meanwhile, Ceon with a small push here is going to start to do damage here. 2 Spine Crawlers will help, but these are upgraded Marauders. And upgraded Marauders, well, they don't die so damn fast. Right now at 2-2, 3-3 is nearly finished, but this command center is going down, and Sparkle Tits has this to fall back on. So it's not as bad as it potentially could have been for the Zerg player. Ceon is once again at max supply though, and a good fungal there. Does catch all those units twice, letting the Ultras move in to clean up. But Ultras and Infestors by themselves aren't so great. You do want some support for them. You're going to want some Speedlings in here, or Banelings, especially with the Thors here now, to start doing damage. They're really good fungals being thrown about though, and the Ultras are starting to clear this up. And it's going to become harder and harder for Ceon to keep this level of production up. The Ultras finally go down, and now the Mutas will fall to the Thors. Let's take a quick look at the unit counting station. What do we have for this Zerg? Okay, we've got 12 Speedlings, 3 Ultras, 4 Infestors. It's not looking so hot. Meanwhile, I mean, the Terran's army isn't too great either, but he's doing a lot of harassment with it. He's really keeping up, getting on top of it. And we've got more and more command centers being built here, allowing him to just try and take this map. Drops still going on, still doing damage. It does finally get taken down by those queens though. But boom, here's what Ceon wants to do. Start starving these bases out. Not letting the Zerg expand, and I really, really like this. This base is still being rebuilt at this point. So now he's down to essentially 3 base. And if we look at the drone count, it's what, 72. So that's just standard Zerg economy. Nothing left in the main now. So hardly anything left here. This is going to really start to fall. In fact, there's hardly anything left here as well. So it's very much only this base right now that still has a full mining capacity. And that could be a problem for Sparkle Tits in the near future. If he can't keep this production up, he's going to die. And right now this is a big, big push. Ultras cleaving their way through Marines and Marauders, trying to get into those Thors, and Thor build times are very, very long. You don't want to be losing them this quickly. As it is, the Thors are going down. Nice pick up there with the medevac. And this is now a push into the main base, which I'm not sure is wise. There's a big wall here. And with the Thor trying to hold that back, but I mean, look at the supply differential. It's 185 to 130. This could very much be the death of Ceon here at this point. It's been very, very close. But he is up against a Grandmaster player. And, well, that's not such an easy game. I think this is it. I think this is the GG point for Ceon. He's played absolutely fantastically here. Done as much as he can. Still trying to stay in this game. But his mineral income is very, very low. Especially now as he's going to begin to lose SCVs here. And this Ultra looks quite confused with his life. And there's not really a lot. I mean, he's got 2 Widow Mines here, a few Marauders popping out that will get cleaved and fungled immediately. Yep, we are watching the death throes of our favourite Terran apart from Nifty Nathan. And Nifty Nathan's only our favourite Terran because he's on the same team as me. If we just take a look at the workers killed, we're up to 39 workers killed now. Unit count shows 5 Marauders and 3 Marines, 7 Widow Mines, but Widow Mines not actually the best against Ultras, shockingly. So it looks like Ceonsamea will be falling here in his first attempt at beating a Grandmaster. I'm sure the first of many. I could definitely see Ceon moving into that Grandmaster bracket in the future. Very, very good Terran player, continuing to be very, very good here. But the GG is forced out. Congratulations to Sparkle Tits, the first Grandmaster player that Ceon has faced. And well played, but commiserations to Ceon. Ceon, we still love you. We hope you're going to send us more in the future. And we'll continue to do your wonderful, wonderful Terran work on the EU ladder. Guys, that's it from me for today. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll be back, hopefully, with another replay tomorrow. Take care.